Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you guys taking some time out of your day to come and visit us. You're watching 412 PSC Customs here on YouTube. My name is Matt Sr. I'm the founder and CEO of 412 Public Safety Equipment Customs here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are a specialty vehicle builder. We specialize in emergency fleet services. So from A to Z, we can build your project. All right, guys. So here's a video that I wanted to record about the new version 3 Cannon Hideaway by Feniex Industries. So there have been quite a few changes to the Cannon more recently. Came out with the version 3. Now the version 3, one major change that has taken them quite a few years to efficiently design and create is the all-in-one. There is your Feniex Cannon. No more inline flasher, y'all. This little baby packs the same punch, but it now has a super efficient thermal management system built in to this base. It houses everything. How awesome is that? Now, that might not be a major deal to most of you law enforcement or first responders out there, but if you build your own POVs or you are an upfitter, that is a game changer. No more hiding the inline flasher. Very nice design. Wire lead comes out of the back kind of in an offset position. Not necessarily center of the hole. Also, completely redesigned is the all-metal surface mount bezel. I personally like this version better. I think it's much more sleek, much more modern. Oh. And, yeah, I think they killed it on this. I love this little thing. Keep in mind, these do not come with the cannons. The cannon comes as you see it right here with your gasket and your hardware. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of things that we have here. So obviously you can still get these in a single or dual color. Single color, you're going to get 12 high intensity 4-watt Cree LEDs dedicated to the same color. With the single color, you're going to get 15 flash patterns to choose from. Don't worry, you still have all 3 programmable modes. All the programmable modes do have priority. So, mode 1 is your lowest priority. Mode 2 is your secondary priority, which overrides mode 1. And then, of course, mode 3 is the highest priority, and that would override 2 and 1. So, as I said, this is your basic cannon. It comes with the 120 degree lens. There still is the Canon 360 add-on kit, which comes with a taller lens with a cone-shaped reflector, which, of course, you install yourself. Now, this has a aluminum base with, like I said, the flasher and advanced thermal management system. You're going to get 6 inches of wire out the back of those. Of course, these are covered under the 5-year warranty. And just a couple of things here. So what they did was they kind of fine-tuned a lot of the patterns that were already on the Canons. A lot of people were having trouble using these with external flashers and with the software-based control systems. So Feniex has said that these should behave a lot better than previously. Of course, time will tell. We'll have to find that out. They also added the attack flash pattern that you find in the T3s, and that they have also added to the surface mount, the FSMs. So all the firmware and flash pattern work that they did for the Canon, they also applied to the Fusion surface mounts as well. So keep that in mind. One thing that you can use these for, and these are great for, and is hugely popular at this day and age, is these are replacing DOT lights all over the country and all over the world, as a matter of fact. Now, before I talk any further about that, let me put out my disclaimer. My disclaimer is in no way, shape, or form do I, nor anybody on my team, nor my company, recommend removing a DOT certified light from your vehicle and replacing it with a Canon or any other device for that matter. The reason I say that, although they are great and they have the multiple modes and they operate so beautifully, the problem is they're not DOT approved, which means for you to remove your manufacturer's DOT approved lighting and replace it with this, if you were involved in an accident or any scenario where you're in an incident, there's damage, property damage, maybe bodily injury, perhaps, God forbid. If your insurance company finds out that you removed your DOT lighting, even if it didn't play a role in the accident or a part of the cause of the accident, they could throw their hands up in the air and say, buddy, you're on your own. You removed your DOT lighting. We don't want anything to do with it. So keep that in mind. Now, with that said, these are great for replacing your turn signals, your reverse lights, in a dual color mode. Now, the dual color configuration, these ones here being an amber white, these would be great for replacing your reverse light. It would give you either an amber warning or an amber white warning, and you could also set priority mode 3 to steady burn white as your reverse light. And you could also program mode 2 as a steady burn white if you wanted to use it as an added scene light or work light or takedown for that matter. Now, one thing I will say for sure, if you do go ahead and decide to use this as a replacement for your DOT lighting, you need to make certain that the DOT function of this device holds the highest priority, which means if you're going to replace a turn signal or your reverse light, when you program this, mode 3 must be your DOT function. It must override and supersede every other function of the device. So if you're using it on a brake light, that means that when you hit your brakes, whether you have this flashing and warning mode or not, it's going to cut that off and it's going to operate as your brake light or your reverse light or your turn signal. Your DOT function absolutely must have priority over all other functions. All right, guys. So I'm going to quit gabbing, as I'm sure it's upsetting a couple of you guys. And we're going to wire this up. I'm going to fire it up, and we're going to take a look at it. I'm going to show you the different modes. I'm going to program it and show you kind of some of the functions. And yes, I will try not to speak through much more of the video. All right, folks, welcome back. I got this thing fired up. Now I just put the darkening feature on the camera. So this is where I'm just going to talk for a second, and I want to show you guys kind of how this operates. So here's mode 1. I have mode 1 set up to be flashing color 1, which is amber. So what I'm going to do is, real quick, I'm going to hook up my mode 2, which I have set to attack 1 in a dual color. I have that programmed. Let me see, I'm going to clip that on permanently just to kind of show you how whenever I add in mode 3, it's going to override both of those. Alright, so there's my steady burn white on the break pop pattern. I don't know why with the steady burn, I just love that break pop. Whether I set up my work lights like that or brake lights, I don't know. I just like it. I prefer it for myself. To each their own. All right, folks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock this back down to mode 1. And we'll go through some patterns. And I will stop jabbering. All right, folks, I'm going to chime in here just for a second. So when I went through the steady burn patterns, you will notice that there is 3 steady burn patterns for each of the 2 colors. There is the break pop, where it gives you a real quick burst before it goes to steady. There's the instant on steady burn, and then there is this. That's one of the things I forgot to touch on, is the cruise mode. There is a low power steady burn cruise mode in each color. With the popularity of cruise around the country and around the world, they decided to add that as well. Now, one other thing I wanted to touch on is, as far as synchronization goes, they changed nothing. These are set up the same way. You have to program these master slave, or the way we like to do it, parent child modes. It's a little bit more politically correct. I did steal that from Code 3. Code 3 switched over their master and slave to kind of get that out of their vocabulary, and took it down to a parent-child mode. And I think it's pretty fitting. It kind of makes sense. The parent is the main, and the child, the one set in child mode, is the following unit. All right, so there we have it. That is the new version 3 Feniex Cannon Hideaway from Feniex Industries out of Austin, Texas. Of course, this is a Hideaway. That's the way it comes standard, but there are a couple add-ons that you can choose. Of course, standard, it comes just with the 120-degree lens and the gasket for Hideaway mounting. Also have an add-on, which is the newly redesigned, which I think is a phenomenal new design, surface mount bezel. That's an added purchase. And they also have the Canon 360 add-on, which is the extended lens and the cone-shaped reflector for those situations where a direct-on lens is not suitable. If you guys like this video and you'd like to see more content like it, please smash that thumbs up button. It lets us know that we're doing something right, and it lets us know that you guys want us to continue. We ask that you guys share our videos with your friends, your family, your friends, the friends of the family of your friends, guys at the barbershop, girls at the nail salon, the girls at the hair salon. You never know when there is an emergency responder or a service-based personnel somewhere out there that can benefit from the content, our equipment, our expertise, or any of the services that we offer. Remember to trust the experts at 412 PSC Customs. We ask that you guys subscribe to the channel. If you do decide to subscribe to the channel, make sure you click that bell icon. That bell icon will ensure that you never miss out on any uploads. Please be kind to one another out there. I always add that in on the recommendation of my 3rd grade daughter. Congrats to her and her kindness club. Let's help get that hashtag be the kind kid viral for these young ones. Kindness is something that this world needs so badly. Let's spread it around, please, and thank you. Until next time, guys, you be safe out there.